Now, because we have time left, this is about Vayikra. I promise that I will speak a little bit uh, about maybe the whole idea of Passover and the month of Nisan. Yesterday was Rosh Chodesh, the beginning of the month. But before I go there, there is another thing mentioned in this quick portion. It says, "V'nefesh ki techta b'shgaga." When a soul doing a mistake by mistake. Now we know there is two levels of sin. There is a sin that you do by mezid, purposely, and there is a sin that you do by mistake. The Ari said when you start doing sin by mistake, you should be careful, because the next one will be by purpose. Before a person kill or murder someone, normally that person by mistake, suddenly that person kills somebody by mistake, and then he will find himself kill somebody purposely, not by mistake. So, shgaga ola zadon. When we do mistake, don't say, hey, I didn't know what I was doing. Don't speak like that. The opposite. Stop and say, if I did it without knowing why I did it, it's more dangerous than if I did it when I know what I'm doing. Because when you do mistake and you don't know what you're doing, that's when you're not in control. And the next thing, the dark side will go ahead and fool you. But another explanation about shgaga, when a person does something by mistake, when you see some people doing something wrong, you need to know their calculation is wrong, or your calculation is wrong. But when they do the wrong thing that you consider a sin or wrong behavior, you need to start looking at that not from a personal point of view. I give you a story. What something happened to me this morning. It was pouring rain, and I walked to a synagogue, as usually I do on Monday, and I choose a closer synagogue because they changed the time, we were late, and I went to a closer synagogue. Normally I don't go there because half the people don't wear masks. And even I've been vaccinated, still I don't want to pass the disease. And I'm sitting in the women's section, so nobody bothered me, because it started to get packed. And then one of the people came and said to me, you can't sit there. I said, I have to sit there. It's getting packed. I said, no. Then they brought 2 people, 3 people to get me out of there. And I said to my son was with me. I said, you can stay, but I'm leaving. I'm just leaving. And I told the in charge, I said, listen, this is wrong. What you're doing is wrong. And I'm leaving. And I said reactively, to my opinion, it was reactive. I said, this is on you. I'm leaving and it's on you. I thought from a customer care, he will like panic that I'm as a customer leaving. He continued to talk about charity for the person who was standing there. And I said, in the beginning, 30 seconds, I was kind of insulted. But then I said, you know what? He's making the wrong decision, but it's the right decision according to him. He think he need to tell me, either be according to my rules or get out of here. That's what he think. But I didn't think he did the right thing. So, what's right, what's wrong? Well, whatever he did, he meant well. Whatever I did, I meant well too, because I want to teach him a lesson that he will not get more than 30 people into a room that can host maybe 35 on a regular day. You cannot put 60 people next to each other. You can't do that. I know the synagogue need to grow, but come on, you got to stop. So, did he do the right thing? He think he does. Maybe he believes in the Creator, that there is no COVID. He believes the Creator, that you don't need vaccine. There is people like this out there. You know, we all agree that there is COVID. That's everybody agreed. Thank God for that. Now there is a debate. Yes, vaccine, not vaccine. Soon, as I promise you, March 18, you're going to see a lot of nourishment come down, but not everybody will receive it. Not everybody will receive it. Depends on your set of mind. If you are lazy, forget about it. You're not one of the people who are going to get it. And most people are lazy. Most people in the West Coast. In the East Coast, they're lazy too, actually. They are lazy. Yeah, now when I'm checking on my... Yeah, there is few of them, not lazy, but most people are lazy. And when you have just expectation to receive something, it's a problem. It's a problem, because your whole engine is wrong. And it's funny, I go, for the last 6 months, I go to the same place. Today I decided to change. And today was rain. I left in the rain with my tefillin on. I thought, I have to give him the credit. He didn't fall for my drama. When I left, I said to my son, Michael, you know, when you go and negotiate in Jerusalem to buy a bag and you leave, the owner of the store come after you, come back, come back. So I'm looking back, and I said to my son started laughing. I said, Biran, anybody looking for us? And behind, I said, nobody looking for us. They were happy we left. So in the end, everybody's happy. I share with you the story so you know what means Gaga. Now, yesterday was Rosh Chodesh. Nisan. It's not a regular mass, my friend. I hope by now you blessed the trees. I hope by now you did all arrangement for Nisan. Nisan is the mother and the father, I should say father of all months. And for that reason, the first day of Nisan is within it the seed level of the whole year. That means every day is corresponding to a month. Today corresponding to Taurus. And don't be too meticulous to look for details and slogan. People call me with a slogan. Eliyahu, what you say about Taurus is like this. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. What's going to happen if you don't know? You lose. And if you lose, maybe somebody else gain. People sometimes too worry about what they're going to get. And when you worry what you're going to get, you lose. You lose the original form of light you're supposed to get. Why? Because you're so busy with you. If you want to understand it so you can share it with others, how many of you come to pray with me every Shabbat? Bring every Shabbat 3 people with you. Every Shabbat, 3 people that are not your family member. How many of you do that? How many of you who listen to me bring 3 new people that because of you, they start coming to listen to that lecture? It's a good question, right? And if you don't, then what do you study for? I said one time, remember that tough lecture that I gave with the 18 people, blah, blah, blah? But I didn't make impact. It was my maybe reactive nature to tell it to you, to wake you up. I think it's proactive, you think it's reactive, but gotta wake you up. If you don't bring people in your arena of study spirituality, nobody, it says something about you. It's been the light ends with you. If the light ends with you, there is a black hole. If there is a black hole, more light you're putting in, more dangerous you put into your life. But if you're putting light into you and that light share with others, then there is light. Because Malchut, those of you who know Kabbalah, cannot receive for oneself alone. It's light of wisdom. It's dangerous. Malchut has to have all the chasadim and all the chumah, meaning you have to have something with sharing. Sharing. And I've never pushed my people who come here to LA. I mean, we have 20 people here? I said 20, forever. I'm never going to tell, hey, guys, who's coming with you next week? People, I enjoy it very comfortable here. They get the glass of wine. Maybe they worry we don't have a cake and wine for them. That's why they don't bring people. But people need to bring people. Not because of me, not to make me famous. For you. For you. If you do it for me, it's not going to last. If you do it for you because you know without sharing, nothing really works, then it starts moving. So, you have to choose the right people. I would not bring 3 at the same time. I mean, maybe you're talented. I would bring 1 at a time, and then another one, and then another one. And then build a small group of people around me. You know how much fun it is that all your friends start coming with you to the same thing? But some people are sitting at home and coming here to Shabbat, and, I'm here. So what if you're here? So what? You're getting light, and what happened with that light? It's exploding you. It doesn't make you better. It makes you worse. That's how dangerous it is. You got to make sure that there is sharing. So that's the month of Nisan as we wake up. So don't be busy with the slogan of every day. Yes, tonight will be Gemini. What does that mean? Be Gemini. So you want to understand the whole Gemini thing? I can tell it to you. But what are you going to do with it? Good. So if you want to understand it, go to my site. Take up short lecture on Gemini. Take that, study it, and take a few points. And said, I heard from my teacher Eliyahu Jian that he say that. And he's going to give a lecture also Saturday. Please come with me. Now they can come with you. Don't use the COVID. We have enough room. Okay? We have enough room for everybody. When I say enough room, 10 more people. That's it. But if everybody bring 1, that's it. So please. So every day is corresponding to the day, the month of the year. So tonight will be Gemini. Then after it's Cancer. March 18 will be Leo. What happened after these 12 days? Great question, right? What happened? Very good. On the 13th day of Nisan, we check in the Chametz. What is being checking the chametz? You are basically looking for a leavened bread, yeast, or things that you need to clean from the house. Why are you cleaning your house from the leavened bread? What's the bread has to do with anything to do with Passover? I mean, why are we doing it? If you ask Israeli, what is Passover? It says a holiday that you don't eat bread. If you ask Kabbalist what is Passover, it says it's the day that you eat matzah. They seem to say the same thing. Oh, but a big difference. Big difference. One says stop eating bread. The other one say eat matzah. Both are right, by the way. A Kabbalist stop eating bread and eat matzah. So what are we doing in the 13 at night? Okay, and this year I think it's going to be 13 at night as well. Maybe it will be the 12 at night. Yeah, it's the same. It's 13. It's 13. It's 13. So you put 10 pieces of bread in the house for the 10 sefirot of negativity, and you go around with a candle that, if it can be from beeswax, and a stick from wood. So the wood represents the vegetables kingdom, the candle represents the mineral kingdom, and a feather represents the animal kingdom, and you, human kingdom. And you go around and you collect those 10 pieces, and they just symbol for all the negativity that you accumulate during the year. Because during the year, there's a lot of negativity out there. So what do? We are taking that chametz that represents that negativity, and we get rid of it by collecting it. On a normal Passover time, usually you are doing it in the night before the Seder, but because this year the Seder falls on Shabbat, different idea. It follows Saturday night. So you can't burn, there is no fire on Shabbat, you can burn the bread on Saturday. So what normally you do, after the 12 days, remember, of every month is corresponding, 13 days you check the chametz, then you do the cancellation, you cannot do the fire, so you, in Shabbat around 10:15, when it's the last time to eat chametz, you put it in the toilet, you flush it, and then you say a certain blessing instead of fire. And that's why that Shabbat, not this Shabbat, Shabbat after, has to be very early, because you have to wake up early to do nets, to do early minyan, and after you do early minyan, what do you have to do? You have to do meal, you wash for the first meal, you wash for second meal, again a motzi, you do it outside of your house, and then after that you are ready to go for Passover. From that point on you do mincha of Shabbat, and that Saturday night is Passover, first night of the Seder. First night of Seder. Now, what does that exactly Seder mean? Seder means order, meaning you bring your life back into order. Why do we call it order? Because nothing in the Seder is according to the order. Normal structure of light, small then big. In the Seder, something weird happened. The great light revealed first, and then the small light. Why? Because try to imagine that the Klipot, the Egyptian, the Pharaoh, ride all the way up to the neck and choking us, that we cannot breathe, and giving us only light for being slave. Meaning the slavery of the Israelite in Egypt was a slavery type of codependency, almost addiction. Getting out of Egypt into the desert doesn't seem promising. It's almost like I'm telling you, hey, I'm going to get you out of Beverly Hills, and I'm going to give you something really good. I'm going to get you to the desert, not so far from Palm Springs. And I say, there is home there? No. Is there is kind of vacation place? No. What there is there? Desert. You getting me out of Egypt, and you call Egypt slavery, into the desert, and you call it freedom? Where's my freedom? Aha. The slavery in Egypt was the slavery toward my ego, toward me being unique, toward that the negative force say, hey, work for me and I get you what you want. So you're getting what you want, but what you want is so little. So little. It's like one time I told you the story, I went to put mezuzah on a club of Israeli guy in somewhere in Manhattan. And as I'm getting there, he asked me if I can stay for the party, for the opening party. I've never been in a club before. I've been in a disco. But club is different, I think. First, it's in a basement. And second, it's dark. And those kind of light. And people jumping like crazy, which I don't know what happened. And you don't see anybody, by the way. You don't see anything. So he gave me a room, VIP room. And I went with my wife from the room, crossing the dancing floor, and you don't see a thing. She was afraid to lose me. I was afraid to lose her because it's dark. And then I asked the owner, I said, what's the secret here? They're happy. The secret of life is happiness. I believe in it. Those people, I mean, I run a synagogue with 900 people. I would not tell you I achieved that success of you. I told them, you lift the whole ground up with the music that shake my kidney. I mean, what is going on here? I said, hi, Eliyahu, you're missing something. I said, what am I missing? So he opened his hand and he has a pill. So you take that pill, every dark moment turn to a light moment. Every dirty wall turn to a beautiful picture. Sometimes people have to go really low to take something so they can feel really high. But in the end of the day, it's kind of break even. You don't need the pills. Don't go low. Stay where you are. You will feel the same. How does that connect to what I'm saying to you? Passover, the Seder, as an order to get rid of the needs and connect to your inner desire. Our need is limited. Our desire is great, but we have to wake it up. When you go after your need, you're canceling your desire. Within Passover, there is, let's put it this way without making it too complicated, 4 levels of transformation. Those 4 levels, coming, you don't have to memorize it, coming from Nahi De'ima or Chagat De'ima. They're coming, try to imagine there is a pipe, and the upper part called Chagat, of the mother, the lower part called the Nahi of the mother. And Chagat is divided to 2, external and internal, and the Nahi is external and internal. So there is 4 categories. When you eat the matzah, you're getting all the light from that you need from a point of above. When you drink the wine, you receive all the light from above. The light of coming to the wine is come from Bina. The light comes from the matzah, come from Chokhmah. So when you go into the Seder, you give yourself a chance to be really free. A lot of people out there kind of making the Seder like a Thanksgiving dinner. What a disaster. And I said, yes. And please use my words. Disaster. Okay? If you have no idea what you're doing, it's a disaster. Okay? Just a disaster. It's just eating an old food. And I heard there is some tradition of hitting each other with some, I don't know, vegetables and carrot and other potato. You know, everybody with their tradition. But the bottom line is, you have to know that you are in the middle of a war when you're going to the center and you're going to win. Just know what you're doing. So please watch my video from 2 years ago. It will help you a lot. And if it's too complicated to you, I'm so sorry. You have to study it again and again and again until you master all the level of Passover. Any questions before I let everybody go? Okay, so I want to wish everybody a great month of Nisan, a great month of Eris, a month where you go free, a month where you fight for your emotions. Remember, emotions will be tremendous on March 18. I'm preparing you. The light that's coming down is tremendous. Emotion can go good or bad. Focus on the good emotion. Don't focus on the anger. Don't focus on the depression. And let's help each other. If you marry, tell your wife to help you. Tell your husband to help you. If you don't marry a single, choose a friend that will kind of hold you accountable for your behavior. Make sure that you're ready for March 18 because March 18 is rewarding the people who are open to receive the light of the Creator. Thank you. You have a great month and we talk soon. Thank you.